La Maquina by Conway The Machine. Griselda's hitman Conway The Machine has put together a new album. With features from J.I.D, Chainz, Ludacris, as well as the usual label mates. How's the new project? How do we feel about it? Here's our honest review of La Maquina by Conway The Machine.
La Maquina by Conway The Machine. When I clicked on this, man, I was vibing.
Yeah.
How you feel about this album artwork?
I don't know. I don't really know what to make of it. As I looked at it when I first saw it, I'm just like, okay, that's interesting, but all right.
It's a nice house. I like it. I like the way it looks. It's almost designed like a globe, but that's a house, man.
It's like a floor plan.
Yeah, it's almost got like a little floral looking water, what do you call that? A sprinkler thing in the middle of the driveway. He's got a whole bunch of cars parked around it. It's a nice looking house.
It's cool.
The flow of this project, man, if you know what Conway does, you know what Conway does, and that's usually bars over top of your head, leg drops, and wrestling references. Love all of that stuff, and you get a lot of that here with some surprising guest appearances. I didn't expect to hear Ludacris. That was interesting.
Yeah, definitely some great bars to get over here, get over your head that you have to rewind and take it back. So yeah, be listening.
Yeah, the bone reference almost went over my head. I had to rewind it a couple times. Like, did he say all of their names? No, he didn't, but it still was fire, though. Highlights, man. First of all, Bruiser Brody. First of all, I just want to shout out the names of his records. They be having me laughing. Bruiser Brody's a wrestler. 6:30 tip-off. It's like a basketball tip-off game. Sister Abigail's a wrestling move. You know, like, it's hilarious to me, at least. Like, it's like I get it right away. The KD, I was just like, okay, I like what he's doing with these, just the names of the songs. But yeah, Bruiser Brody, he came in and he killed it. And I was just hoping that the rest of the beats didn't sound like this. Even though it's not a bad beat, I was just like, I hope it don't be like this the whole project. But then 6:30 tip-off came on. Bangladesh did the beat. Sounds freaking amazing. Love the bars that he put out over this. Wasn't playing. Blood Roaches featuring Jay Skeezy. I don't know who he is, but he was actually killing it. Clarity, I thought that joint was fire. Love the energy on that beat as well. KD, I wonder how Kevin Durant feels about this song.
KD can mean a whole bunch of things, though.
It could.
Kill death ratio.
Cash doll.
All right.
That's what KD and Cash doll argue all the time. But yeah, I do love the flips there. Sister Abigail, I'm a wrestling fan. Of course, I geeked out when I heard that. Loved it. Grace, I love the energy on this record as well. This joint was dope. Scattered Brains, I love that sample, man. That joint was fucking nuts. And then just the smoothness of all of their flows, it was just so great. That just lets you know that J.I.D can hang with anybody. Like, he's hanging with Conway and Ludacris.
Good God.
Straight killed it. Had to hustle, man. I was vibing, man. Like, it's just such a good vibe. And I felt like Royce at the time, like, man, you don't know shit about hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't say that in the video, but you know, I just replaced a couple words. And then SE Gang, Benny came in, killed it. Yo, why do I always just like kind of cringe when West Side Gun comes in? It's always,
you do.
It's but when I say cringe, it's not like cringe as in I can't stand it, but it's just like I saw his name, but it just still catches me off guard because the tone of his voice is just so different. This is why I can't listen to West Side Gun albums by itself because his voice is just so it's good for features. I just say that.
I want to point out one thing. I know I've said it before. I'm not the biggest fan of Griselda. But if I was to pick somebody I would like to listen to, it would be Conway most of the time. I like Benny, but he's like real aggressive.
Yeah, he'll slap the shit out you.
West Side Gun, I just don't. There's some songs I like him on, but you know, you already know how I feel about that. But Conway, I feel like he has a good balance. He has the aggressive demeanor, but he also has an extensive vocabulary. I'm serious, man. He has some of the words he was pulling out, I was just like, damn, that was clever. That was impressive. Because it's just like, you know, I'm normally not, you know, with the Griselda with style and everything like that. But over here, I'm just sitting here like, what did he just say? Hold on, let me rewind that back. So when you can do
How
that,
many let me rewind that back moments did you have?
there was a lot. Okay, especially during 6:30 tip off.
Oh yeah.
Good God, he was going in reference for reference. I think the one that caught me the most, he's like, I got that 24 mentality, not like Kiefer Sutherland. He said Kobe. So I was just like, hold on, what? There was a whole lot of other ones. That was just one that stuck out to me the most. Clarity.
I must have missed that one. I gotta go back.
You didn't hear that? He
gotta-
said, I'm like the number 24, but I'm more Kobe, less Kiefer Sutherland, or something like that.
Well, those are two fire ass 24s
See,
to reference.
I gotta go. Hopefully they got it in here because it was like in. I gotta do him justice and say it like he said. My mentality is more Kobe than Keith Sutherland because he said, "Nigga, I can't waste an hour but about 24."
Oh, that's fire! I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
I rewinded that like, shit.
Yeah, that's fire. I gotta go back now.
So, clarity, fire. Sister Abigail, who the hell is Seven the Genius?
I don't know.
Because she murked
Yeah, she did.
that whole verse. I'm talking about, I was like, are you done yet? Like, she just kept going and going and going. So, shout out. Grace was fire. Scatterbrain has to be my second favorite joint on this project.
What was your favorite?
Oh, 6:30 tempo.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that shit was hard. But yeah, Scatterbrain.
How did you feel with that sample they were using?
It, like, when it came on, I was just like, okay, where we
Until
going
you heard the
with this?
flow, right?
And then when the flow came on, I'm just like, And then, like, I really love how, like, J.I.D. came right in after him and just started going on. And then he came back after J. And I was just like, yo. And then Luda capped it off. And I'm just like, okay.
I don't know why I got so geek when I heard Luda. I was like, yo, I ain't heard that in so long. Right before he starts rapping, Luda.
That part where he was just like, something, now you're senseless. Get it? And I was just like, oh,
something
Lord.
something about losing money.
Yeah.
Something a reference about losing money and now you senseless. I was just like, okay.
So yeah, and then Had to Hustle was good, and then the last track with all three of them. Even though like I said, I'm not the biggest West Side Gun fan, it fit for that track. I got the vibe. So, like I said, Conway will probably be my favorite out the group just because of his mentality and his dialect and how he, like, you know, just clever with his wordplay and everything like that. So, shout out to Conway.
Low lights. If anything, I'd say the SE Gang beat. That sample, it could have been good, but I just felt like the guitar is playing at that high pitch for too long, and it's throughout the whole beat. I know that's Griselda's sound. I know that's what you guys that are watching this or hearing this are saying. That's Griselda's sound. The repetitive sample with nothing else added to it. Yeah, but it's just something about things that are that high. I feel like it needs to kind of be pulled back. But I don't feel like the guys held anything back on the song just because the beat sounded like that. And but yeah, that was my only low light I could think about, that beat from SE Gang.
Yeah, some of my low lights come from the beat choices, but other than that, the bars and the flows saved it from that. And the only thing I would say is a low light for me is that Bruiser Brody didn't deserve to be the first track. It kind of started off the album weak, in my opinion. I didn't really like the beat, and, you know, the flow was alright, but 6:30 Tip Off came in hard. So, I mean, that's just a personal preference of mine. But other than that, no real. And 200 Pies, I wasn't feeling it a lot. I liked 2 Chainz.
As long as 2 Chainz didn't mention Tony again. I was waiting. I was just like, bro, if you say anything about Tony.
Yeah. So, I mean, other than that, I liked everything else.
I could agree, though, that Bruiser Brody could have been somewhere else on the project.
Yeah, you know,
like,
it was just placement.
In between Blood Roses and Clarity, maybe.
Okay, I can feel that.
Start out with 630 Tip Off.
Yeah, because just the way he came off was just like, oh, okay, this is what we're about to get into. So,
if he would have started off with 630 Tip Off, especially since it has a long time before it actually comes in, it kind of would have started off how Benny's last project started out, when you get kind of amped when from the jump.
I agree.
So, yeah. Final thoughts, man. Look, Conway The Machine is dope. Fire. Great lyricist. Now I understand why M had signed him. I remember back when M had them on his label. And I remember hearing Conway, being super impressed, and completely forgetting because M wasn't really doing much with them.
Okay.
And now that I'm getting back into him, and I remember Jay talking about how Conway was the lyricist out of the group, and it's just like, he is, though. like when I actually sit and think about it, like he really is. He's dope. Like Benny definitely is got it though.
Yeah.
He's definitely got it, but his style is a little bit more gritty. Conway's got the wordplay, the machine. Like like he said, he just hit me with a line that I didn't even catch. Like I got to go back and listen. Like this stuff is still processing as I'm talking to you about it.
Yeah, most definitely same here. I feel like he has a great way of tuning you in to listen. Most of the time, stuff like this flies over your head, the grittiness of hip hop and everything like that. But I feel like he has a certain element about his raps. Like I said, I just feel he's like really clever with the wordplay. You think about it and you're like, oh, that was nice, So anytime you can turn ahead and do that, I think you've accomplished your goal of getting somebody captivated to what you're trying to get them to listen to. So that's a win in my book.
Final grade. This might end up being one of the hardest barred albums of the year. Easy check for me. Go listen to this, man. If you get scared, go buy a gun or something while you listen to it. Maybe it'll make you feel like you're ready to hear this. But it's fire though. All jokes aside, this joint is fire.
Yeah, check for me, man. I feel like he delivered with this, and I feel like it's gonna stand up as one of those top releases of the year because he went bar for bar for this one and had great guest appearances on it. So, great album.